Longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
Good morning to you. It is Coffee and time once again here on ON Radio, live on Tuesday morning, October the 14th. Thanks for joining us. And we'll say good morning around the coffee and table to Ed Carew from the Carew Investment Group. Hi, Ed.
Hello there.
Normally we have Linda Tebow with us, but Linda could not make it in today, so filling her shoes, we brought in two other people. So let's say hi to AJ from the Do You Remember program. Hi, AJ.
Good morning.
And Gary Smith from the Do You Remember program.
Good morning.
So Gary can give out his opinions that he's so...
Yeah,
that he usually reins in so well on the Do You Remember program. So.
Yeah. And one thing, Joe.
Yes.
These two guys look really funny in Linda's shoes.
Don't they? Anyway.
Two people to replace Linda.
Well, she's almost irreplaceable.
There you go.
This portion of Coffee and is sponsored by the Carew Investment Group. So, Ed, time for a first message from the Carew
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Group.
Good morning, everyone. Are you retired or retiring soon? Well, that's great. Congratulations. You may be retiring, but your money can't afford to retire. I'm Ed Carew of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. At the Carew Investment Group, we offer personal investment management of client money, especially from the proceeds of their 401k distribution after they leave the workforce. So to find out more about our services and for professional management of your investments, you can call me or Paul at 765-8880. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thank you very much. Well, today is the Tuesday after Autumnfest. Let me be the first to say, now that Columbus Day has passed, Merry Christmas, everybody. We are now in full Christmas mode. I saw it on Friday. Ed's looking at me with like deer in the headlights, but I saw it on Friday, the very first television ad. That was a full-blown Christmas commercial.
Well, I saw a
Home Depot.
I saw a what is it? Peloton ad.
The bicycles?
Yeah, but they only come out at Christmas time. But it didn't say anything about Christmas. But I said as soon as I saw that ad, okay, this is it. This is the start.
Home Depot was showing people at a Christmas party at like someone's home, Christmas tree all lit up in the corner, everyone's sipping eggnog. And I'm like, how does this work to Home Depot's advantage? Well, come out and build something is kind of a thing they were talking about.
Well, they've had Christmas stuff in the store there
yes, they
for
have.
quite a while.
Them and Lowe's, right? But this is the first ad. I say, okay, it's the holiday season, so we'll go moving forward. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's funny to see all the Christmas stuff at Home Depot right next to the big skeletons.
They'll only be there for another couple of weeks. So. All right, so Autumnfest had to close down, as we know, on Sunday afternoon. And I saw people posting things online, basically saying, well, it was a good idea. Weather was awful. Winds were high. But some people were saying, what's the matter with you people? You know, rain and Autumnfest go hand in hand.
Well, right. and historically, that's been true.
Usually one day it rains. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I listened to one of the acts, which would seem to go on forever, and and it was painful. They don't pay these. They don't have enough money apparently to pay someone who knows how to sing. Music playing fine, okay, but maybe maybe a lot of people are going to be upset with me for saying that, but. Man, I'll tell you, that act that I listened to, they couldn't carry a note in a 5-gallon bucket.
Well,
a Homer bucket.
I used to be on the steering committee, and I used to work with the entertainment people, and it's very difficult because all's that going on. One, do we have enough money to pay them? It's a budgetary thing, and then they look them up online, and they also are looking at his videos of them playing. And then they make a decision from that, if they're from out of the state.
And as I'm apt to do, I will give the benefit of the doubt, because maybe it didn't translate well on the radio as it does live. I don't know.
Okay. But this is what happened on Sunday and what went into the decision for Autumnfest to close it down. Starting around noon on Sunday, the company that ran the amusement rides came to Autumnfest. With the rain and the wind, it's too dangerous to run the rides, and it's just going to get worse. And tomorrow, meaning Monday, it's just going to be just as bad. So we're closing down as soon as people that are out of line. We're going to close down, and we're not even opening up tomorrow. We're just going to start pulling rides down, and we're leaving. So that was number one. Number two, around noontime, maybe 1 o'clock, I took a look over at all the arts and crafts vendors. Most of them were already gone.
So,
They just picked up that stuff and just left. Also, if you look down Food Row, some had left. Some never showed up on Saturday because of the weather situation. Okay, now we start getting now that Autumnfest started getting phone calls from the acts that we're going to play on Sunday. We're not coming. Even the headlining act on Sunday night was going to be a tribute to the band Nirvana. They called. We're not coming. Weather's awful. Forget it. And then they started getting phone calls from all the bands and the floats that were going to be in the parade on Monday and said, we're not coming. So what's Autumnfest supposed to do? There's actually no one here for people to come and see and participate in. The only thing that stayed open was the beer tent, the Harvest Garden. All right, everybody come on down and drink. So they basically really had no choice but to close it down. Everyone's left for you to come see. So that's why they had closing ceremonies at 2 o'clock. They had one person go on at 1:30 that sang for half an hour and said, that's it, we're all done. So that's what went into the thinking. Everyone that was vendors and everyone part of Autumnfest decided not to come. So if no one's coming, there's no festival. So we're all done for the year. So the one thing that was good this year, they made a decision. You've all been to Autumnfest, so you all remember where the beer tent used to be, kind of separated way off to the side. They said, let's move it, and they moved it to where the stage is, about 100 feet back. And the reasoning for this is because in past years, people had to make a decision. Well, maybe I want to see the act that's on stage, but I also want to get a drink. And now they had to make a decision. Do I go over there, or do I watch the act? And you know what usually won out?
the beer.
Alcohol. Alcohol usually won out. And so now, when they put the Harvest Garden beer area 100 feet back from the stage, the acts actually had people to perform to. I said, this is working out well. I saw one person complain about it. They didn't like it. They were worried because they wanted people to be able to go get like a dynamite sandwich, bring it over, go grab yourself a beer, and sit down and watch the band. They wanted it all inclusive. But one person I saw didn't like it. Nope, it should go back to where it was because they didn't like it that kids were in the area where the alcohol was being served. Okay. During the summertime, when we have the 11 Amp series over at River Island Art Park, they serve alcohol, beer and wine there. Kids are all over the place playing with the bubbles. There's a person that comes in and makes really large bubbles. While the acts are playing, everyone's having a wonderful time. So I didn't see that as a real big issue. Oh, kids can be in the area where the alcohol is being served. Well, get used to it, I guess. So
kids are at home where the alcohol is being served.
Not that good point.
But there was a parade, though.
Well, as I like to call it, there was a modified parade.
Yes, very
yesterday,
modified.
Because
very modest.
The Autumnfest Steering Committee wanted to do something nice for the Grand Marshal, who wanted to walk in the parade, Mike Hero. They said, okay, we will walk with you. So they all gathered around 9:30 at the McDonald's on Diamond Hill Road, and they were going to walk the parade route, which is roughly 2 miles, all the way to the entrance to World War II Park on Social Street. Also walking were local politicians and a lot of scouts, because Mike Hero was a scout leader, and the mayor was in there, and the police chief, and they came to us and said, "Can you broadcast it?" Like a half an hour before it was going to start. And so Dave, in his wisdom, threw something together as quickly as we could, and we did. We got something on the air, and now Dave was walking along in the parade. He wanted to ride along in a car, but that didn't work out. So he was walking along, talking to people in the parade. And I've never seen the people in the parade walk so fast, by the way. Because it was not that it was pouring rain, but it was drizzling and kind of chilly and like that. But the parade moved along quickly. Kudos to the Woonsocket Police Department, who did come out and helped out with safety, so they could. The lights were going, so they could not be safe while they mostly were on the sidewalk, but sometimes they had to go in the street.
That's what I noticed. They were mostly on the sidewalk.
But they were there to stop traffic, like at traffic lights, so the parade park could come by and then let everyone go. And so it worked out really well. And Mike was very happy with it, and the steering committee was happy with the modified parade. And And that's it. They'll be ready to come back next year.
So the record stands. The parade has never been canceled.
Has never been. Nope, because they actually had one this year. That was like we call it. It was the modified parade.
But the floats could have floated down the flooded streets.
Well, you would think so, but they decided not to on that one. And most of the bands, I can see this. Most of the bands were high school bands, and the people that are in charge of high school bands didn't want their kids out there performing in lousy weather. And what is AJ? You're the musician in the crew. Oh, so is Ed. But what does rain and lousy weather do to like brass instruments? Does it affect it in any way?
Yes, it does.
Okay, how?
And a lot of these instruments have their music.
Yeah, the notes, right?
Right, attached to the instruments, and that music gets wet. It's gone.
No, it's a big black mess.
Big black streaky mess.
What does the rain do to the instruments? Can it ruin it permanently?
Not necessarily permanently.
Okay.
Couple drops of bubble bath in that horn, and
There you go.
you'd have a real show.
Ed, have you been in a parade with a? I know you did your band stuff, but no parades. Tough to do the electric guitar in a marching band parade. Huh?
Yeah, especially in the rain.
Especially in the rain. It's gonna short out the guitar.
That's all. That's the only place you need an electric guitar, in the rain.
In the rain.
Wow.
That's a great idea. So okay. So yeah, and I'm sure that was the decision made by people that were in charge of the bands. We don't want the kids out there. We don't want the instruments to get ruined. So we're not coming. So
That's it.
oh well.
Think
so
about the
done.
drum heads.
That's right. So you can't do that either. So that's what went into the decision making of having Autumnfest closed down early, just because there was nothing for people to come to. And when I was leaving Autumnfest, this is about 20 past 2. A car rolled down its window as I was going up Veterans Way, and someone asked. There was one guy in the car. Are the food places still open? I said, well, some of them are. I said, you got to hurry. He goes, I really want a Philly cheesesteak. I said, well, I know they're still there because I had one about a half an hour ago. I said, so hurry along before they start closing things down. So he said he was going to make a run for it. So I hope he got his thing. Thanks for bringing that in, Dave. I almost forgot about it. We're gonna make a drawing. We're gonna do this in about 15 minutes. I want to do it around 8:30. We've got we signed people up at Autumnfest to win 2 MVP passes to Six Flags New England, and so they're gonna and what you get with these 2 free passes. Thanks, Dave. I had it memorized, but here it is in my head, right in front of me. Six Flags is open through Halloween out there in Agawam on the weekends, so you'll be able to go if you want to. They have a big Halloween thing going on. You can go out there at any time up till the end of October. However, you're also, the big part is that you're going to win unlimited visits during the year 2026 out to Springfield, out to Agawam, if you want to. And all you have to do is go 3 times, and it's
I think I'd rather go to Autumnfest in the rain.
Okay, well that's you, Gary. You're not an 18-year-old kid that wants to go out there. Also, it's also good in case you're traveling with the family or you just want to go around the country. The passes are good at any Six Flags around the country, and there are over 90 Six Flag amusement parks everywhere in the United States. So you can go to any of them. And the other big benefit, if we go out to Agawam, free parking. Last I knew, parking was $30 a car to go to Six Flags, and that was a few years ago. So it's probably higher. So the savings just in that is tremendous right there. So we're going to draw the winner coming up around about 8:30 this morning here on the Coffee and program. All right. Let's take our first break here on Coffee and we throw it back over to Ed Carew, who will have a second message from the Carew Investment Group.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group. Our phone number is 765-8880. We've got some simple advice about investing. Well, the truth is, there is no simple advice about investing. The old days of financial uptrends and downtrends lasting for days and weeks and months are long gone. Sometimes trends last for only part of a day before changing direction. And investing is not an activity for those who can't take the time to study each twist and turn for the opportunity that it truly presents. Since 1987, we've seen them all, and we'll invest for you the same way we invest for ourselves. Carefully, very carefully. and it won't cost you a nickel to talk about it with us, so give us a call at 765-8880. Our office is conveniently located at 2190 Mendon Road, Suite 3 in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Thanks, Ed. Coffee and program will continue here on ON, AM, and FM.
Your station for news and sports. ON 1240.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair? It looks amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com, new, NORDICUSA.com, or CVS.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside. Backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores. It is the Coffee and program here on ONAM and FM. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew. Linda Tebow could not be with us this week, but AJ from the Do You Remember program is here. Gary Smith from Do You Remember is here as well. And all right, Ed, on to serious things. The 100% tariffs that the United States is placing on China.
Yeah.
And China's response saying, oh, we're going to fight back. Is this affecting the stock market in any way yet?
Well, yeah, the stock market went down a lot Friday.
Because of that announcement?
Yeah, because of that announcement. Matter of fact, it opened up in the morning, and then all of a sudden, around 10 o'clock in the morning, it was like, oh, we got this big gain. Let's all throw it out the window, and closed down about 900 points or something on the Dow. Yeah, it really, turned around. Of course, I think the market's kind of looking for any excuse to have a correction because it's so high, has been so high. Yesterday, it went up. It gained back more than half of Friday's losses.
Okay.
And today it's going to open down. I don't know who said what.
Is it
overnight? But
anything to do with the hostages over in Israel going back home?
That might have contributed to yesterday's feelings of happiness. And let's market going up, but it's got more to do with the tariffs right now than anything else. Every time President Trump says something about the tariffs when he gets up one day or tweets overnight some ridiculous, not tweet, he doesn't tweet, he truth social.
Truth social, that's his deal.
Yeah. There's always a reaction because he's so unpredictable.
Okay.
But it won't last.
And have the Chinese tariffs, have they started yet?
None of those tariffs have started yet. I believe there's a date of November 1st.
Oh, everything starts on the 1st?
I believe.
Unless it doesn't, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the latest on the government shutdown? We're hearing it's going to go for a while.
Yeah. It's been
You
2
said
weeks
2
now.
weeks.
I figured it would be 2 weeks. The last time there was a government shutdown when Trump was president, it lasted 35 days. So I don't know if you can use that as a yardstick of measurement.
Okay. AJ or Gary, any thoughts on the government shutdown? You think how long it's going to last?
The longer the better.
Why do you say that?
Because the government doesn't do anything right to begin with.
Oh, well, okay. There you go. But don't you feel bad for people that have to work and are not getting paid that work in the government?
Let me think about that statement. Government workers that have to work.
Yes.
When did they start?
Well, they have actual jobs.
I grant you, and they get a paycheck.
But... Okay. Help me out, AJ.
You're on your own, Joe.
No, okay, fine. So, all right. The longer the better, huh? Okay.
the longer we survive without these quote-unquote essential services, the less essential they become.
Has Trump fired anybody? 'Cause I'm hearing that. Let's just not even bring them back when the government reopens
He
again.
hasn't said that yet. He's furloughed people, and he threatened to fire them.
Yeah.
But that's his negotiating style. Threaten,
That's
threaten, and
his
threaten.
MO kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it is. He throws it out there, and
See what sticks,
See
you
what
know?
see what sticks. He's done this forever,
Yeah.
and it's working for him.
All right. Well, we'll see what's going on and on here. Let's see. I wanted to bring this up because Gary's not going to care. Ed's going to care a little. AJ, I'm not sure, but it's your first place New England Patriots. Right, Gary?
Now, see, I do care.
You do? Why?
I
But you don't like sports.
I don't follow sports.
Oh, okay.
I like it when any New England team wins.
Okay.
Because it's good for morale.
Everyone's happy. AJ, you happy?
I'm like Gary. I do not follow sports.
Okay.
But when the local teams win, I'm happy about
All
that.
right.
I was glad that the Pats won. I didn't watch the game.
Patriots won on Sunday. Buffalo Bills lost last night.
They lost. 2 in a row.
How about that? And I said to my wife last night, I go, if the Bills end up losing this game, people in Buffalo are going to be, hey,
Yep.
what's wrong? Everything's been wonderful for the last 2.5 years with their coach and Josh Allen, their quarterback. And now we've lost 2 in a row, and now we're tied for first with the Patriots, who we should have beat. And now, the good news is, this is real good news. The Patriots are going to play this Sunday
Yeah.
against the Tennessee Titans,
Yeah.
who just fired their head coach.
Uh-huh.
Yay. That means they're in disarray. So we should win, okay? And the Buffalo Bills have a bye week. We could be all alone in first place after this coming Sunday. Now stuff like that makes me happy.
Oh, I'm glad.
I'm just so excited, Joey.
Thank you. Well, that's, this makes me happy in life. So there we go. And, I turned on the game last night between Buffalo and Atlanta, and it was, and Atlanta was up by a touchdown. I'm like, hey. And it was like almost halftime. I didn't expect this. Atlanta's not that great, but
No, they're not.
boy, they looked really good against. Well, Buffalo looked really bad. They made some terrible decisions. So I stayed up for the whole thing last night just to make sure that Atlanta won. So, boy, this is
We're
awesome.
glad, Kevin. I mean,
Kevin?
Joe.
All right, moving away from the Patriots, we did have a sad situation take place yesterday. There was a plane crash in Dartmouth, Massachusetts, and Ed says that's not near him, so we can't blame it on
Well,
him.
it's not exactly far.
Yeah, right.
It's not
But,
in our sphere of influence.
But two sphere of influence. I like that. All right, it was a married couple from Middletown. 68-year-old Thomas Perkins and his 66-year-old wife Agnes Perkins. They were the only 2 people on this airplane, and it crashed on Route 195 in the median. Now, they're in one of those tiny little planes. This is not some big jet airliner. It's not JetBlue, Ed. It's not Southwest.
It's tiny little.
It's tiny little. That's right. It's
minuscule.
It's one of those 4-seaters. And so we talked about it a little before we went on the air. And it's just, the thinking is, well, why was this plane up in the air in yesterday's weather?
Well, I can tell you why.
Oh, good. Gary's got the answer for us.
Good.
Okay,
As
why?
as a person that's been married a few times, I can tell you exactly why.
A few times.
Because one of them wanted to do it, and I guarantee you the other one was fighting with him all the time, and whoever was driving the plane probably crashed it on purpose just to shut her up. I mean, I'm him up or whatever.
Well, I don't know about that, Gary.
That's an extreme
But it's an interesting
reason, you know?
theory.
That is an interesting. It is a theory. It doesn't say who was flying the plane.
So if it
Apparently the wrong person.
I guess.
if it crashed in the median,
Yes.
how did it hit a car?
I don't know. Maybe because I know it crashed. It burst into flames. So maybe part of the airplane broke away. Or maybe they hit the car on the way to the median. I don't know. But a vehicle was involved. It just says impacted by the crash. And the driver of the car was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. So that person's going to be okay.
I had a very dear friend who was a flight instructor, and he would tell me these stories about how stupid pilots are about the
Good to know.
safety things that they just overlook or don't care about.
Yeah.
I mean, they just I got enough gas to make where I'm going, just barely, but I got enough.
So
and of
nothing
course,
to worry about,
things happen and they don't make it. And the things that are supposed to be latched down a certain way because that's the way it's supposed to be and that's the way it was designed. No, we can do some masking tape on this and that'll be fine.
On what, on the propeller?
I'm serious. These are the kind of stories he would tell me. And I when I got married 20-something years ago, I told Lynn, I said, there's two things that are non-negotiable.
All right.
One is I'm going to die in this house, and two is I'm never going to fly. Now, I have flown. Mm-hmm. I choose not to fly ever again because I don't like not knowing who's in control of my life in that plane.
Okay. AJ, do you want to bring something up?
I'm with him.
About flying?
No, but when Gary said, pilots push the envelope.
Okay. They're arrogant.
Think about John Denver. That's what happened to him.
Well, that was a glider. So is that different?
Wait. He was in a plane that had not been approved by the FAA, and it was built by him and a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the problems with it was the valve for the gas tank was behind him where he couldn't reach it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he ran low on gas, he had no reserve.
Well, a major reason for all these celebrity plane crashes that have happened over the course of our lives and been before are the pilots are usually not trained to fly with instruments. So if the visibility is next to nothing, they don't know where they are, and that's when they go into the mountains.
Right, and in Denver's case, he should not have been flying that plane.
Okay. All right. Ed, any thoughts on this crash?
Nope.
No?
You covered it well.
All right. The only thing I could think of is maybe the couple had to be somewhere for whatever reason. I don't know where they were heading. I think they left from New Bedford, and I'm not sure where they were going.
Probably going to Autumnfest, but it was...
they weren't coming to Autumnfest.
Well, if you left from New Bedford, why the heck didn't you take your car?
Well, they only crashed in Dartmouth. I don't know where they were heading. Maybe they're going to upstate New York, or Maine, let's say, and had to be there. Had to get to a wedding, and it was on a Monday. That's not going to make any sense. But who knows? We have to be wherever we've got to be quickly. So we'll fly and we'll risk it in the rain and the high winds. And when you fly those small planes, you don't have to check with the air traffic control. You don't even have to file a flight plan. You just go out and turn it on and take a look at the runway and say, is it okay for me to go? Yeah, there's no one else around, and we're taking off.
Well, there's a problem.
It is, but it's one of the rules it's okay. Here's another story, Gary, about flying. This happened to me years ago. I was a kid. North Central Airport, right over here in Lincoln. They used to do on Labor Day to raise money for muscular dystrophy. It's part of Jerry Lewis's telethon. You could go to North Central, and you paid 2 cents per pound to have a 10-minute ride. And the money went to muscular dystrophy. So my father brought himself and me and my 2 brothers. Okay? Now we all get in this little tiny Cessna. So there's the pilot and my dad, who's in the front seat. The 3 of us are in the back seat. It's really only suitable for 2 people in the back because there's only 2 seatbelts. So there's me, I get a seatbelt, and my older brother gets a seatbelt. My younger brother's in the middle. And the pilot says, just hang on to him when we take off and land.
And it doesn't matter anyway, because if we crash, we're going to die.
Well, we're all going to die anyway.
What goes a seatbelt
just
in a
find
plane?
your body easier if you have a seatbelt on.
So that's what we did. We held them down while we took off.
It's like skydivers with a crash helmet.
Yeah, why? Huh?
My nephew's a pilot. He's an Air Force pilot. He flies those C-10 cargo planes, big giant things. Yeah.
Well, those are a little better in the weather. They can fly above the clouds and get above the bad weather.
I imagine.
These little ones.
But I'd rather be in a little plane though, because your landing options are better.
Like this one in the median that worked out so well.
Well, again,
All right.
Listening to you guys, I'm wondering if I should call JetBlue and cancel my flight for Saturday.
I'm with Gary. I don't fly. I just don't fly. My wife's cousin was an incredible pilot in the Navy. He was a test pilot, and he also flew spy planes.
Did he land on those aircraft carriers?
Yeah.
I don't know how people can do that.
That is a very, very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And just the knowing that, okay, that hook is going to grab a hold of the plane, and okay.
In fact, he told me about an incident he had. He was flying, and another pilot was flying in a plane next to him, and they encountered a UFO.
Okay.
They said this thing came down right in front of them, and no matter how fast they went, that UFO, if you want to call it that for a lack of a better word, just kept ahead of them. And eventually they were going as fast as they could, and they couldn't keep up with it.
All right.
And all of a sudden, it just flew straight up.
Wow.
From going horizontally, it flew straight up. So he said when they landed, they had to have a debriefing for about 2 or 3 hours, and they never heard any more about it.
We're not going to talk about it after this.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right, we're going to take a break here on the Coffee and Program. More coming your way. It's time for the weather forecast, which is being brought to you by Compassion International.
Showers tapering off all day, patchy fog, mostly cloudy skies, high of 58 degrees. Still a breeze from the north, up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, overnight low of 47. Wednesday's weather, sunshine in 63. Thursday, sunshine in 56. Friday, sunshine in 60. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 64. Sunday, mostly sunny and a high near 71 degrees. The next Monday looks like rain, but partial sunshine, high of 66.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street, cloudy skies. Looks like no rain at the moment with a temperature reading of 51 degrees. Thousands of kids in poverty have waited over a year for a sponsor. End their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor. Text radio to 83393.
When it comes to emergency service for plumbing and heating, you can't beat C.J. Nemus, 37 Corey Street in Woonsocket. C.J. Nemus offers over 15 years of experience and is licensed in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. C.J. Nemus offers complete heating system service, plumbing, water heaters, plus drain and sewer cleaning. Remember that senior citizens receive a 10% discount. So give Charlie a call today at C.J. Nemus, 769-4776. They're registered with the Better Business Bureau. They're a master plumber with quality service. It's the only way and the best way. With C.J. Nemus, call today, 769-4776 for C.J. Nemus.
State Line Service and Tire Center is a third-generation family business that believes in repairing your vehicle properly and efficiently the first time. In addition, they provide a full complement of preventive services like checking batteries, belts and hoses, exhaust, headlight restoration, emission testing, and engine light pop-ups. Their ASE certified technicians are right up to date with the latest technology. Vehicle problems are their business. State Line Service and Tire Center, 1209 Social Street, Woonsocket, 765-0146.
Local and live at 99.5 FM.
All right, it is Coffee and here on ON Radio. Are we ready to draw for the Six Flags tickets? I think so. AJ, here you go. Reach your hand in there. Take the cover off. Reach in there. Mess up all the tickets that are in there. People that came down to Autumnfest to sign up for this to win the 2 MVP passes to Six Flags New England. You can go sometime in 2025. They close on Halloween. And it's good for all next year. Unlimited visits for the 2026 season. You go to any Six Flags around the United States. Free parking out there in Agawam as well. AJ's pulled out one. And congratulations. Looks like Nicole Rich. We just asked people for their names and their phone numbers. And so I'm not sure where Nicole's from. But we'll give her a call a little later on this morning to tell her she has won. And so congratulations. And thanks to everyone that came out and signed up. And it was very nice of Six Flags to give us these tickets that we could give away. So we're very happy about that. So Nicole Rich is our winner of the Six Flags tickets. So we'll give her a call. Hopefully we get in touch with her. And she picks up her tickets and has a very good time. All right. So other things going on. AJ, maybe you have a thought on this. And it's just something bizarre. And it's happening in Warwick. On last Friday, at the St. Peter's School in Warwick, 6 teachers quit on the same day. Just walked in and said, "That's it, we're done." 6, all on the same day. So
it's happening. Teachers are leaving the profession.
Right, but now, so the diocese has to do an investigation. What's going on? So they did that over this past weekend, and now they have placed the principal on administrative leave. Her name is Denise Alcala. And so it turns out the teachers filed complaints against the principal. Now, we have absolutely no specifics of what the complaints are, or what's going on at this school. Just that the diocese came out and said, we've looked into it, we've done some investigation, we've put in an interim principal that seems to know what they're doing to keep things going, so the kids keep getting educated, and there's minimal disruption. But what do you think's going on?
Did the 6 teachers come back after the interim principal came on board?
I don't think so, because they all resigned, and maybe they went and got other jobs. I don't know. It doesn't say that they came back, because the principal's not actually fired yet.
Right.
Just administrative. It doesn't say paid or unpaid either. Just that she's not. Basically, she's on vacation for a little while here until they decide what to do with her.
Joe, I have no idea.
No idea. Okay, because I've never seen anything like this happen. So I'm like, Now, Ed, you went to Mount.
Yep.
Anything ever like this ever happened? Like a mass exodus of teachers on one day?
No. I only remember one history teacher that left like in the middle of the semester or something.
Did they ever tell you why?
No, they never did.
No?
Okay. He was well liked by all the students. Maybe that's why. But he was not a brother of the Sacred Heart. We had all brothers as for teachers. He was the only lay teacher that I had that was there, and
we had trouble keeping science teachers in my junior high school.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know, but one of them actually left to become a missionary in Africa.
Wow.
That apparently was more attractive than teaching us.
Well, there's a lot of cheese, there. All right. Well, it's just bizarre that what happened at St. Peter's School in Warwick. We had a couple of notes come in, and they seem to be contradicting each other. This goes back to the airplane crash, and one note says that the couple, they were heading to New Bedford, okay, and early stories said they failed to make it to the New Bedford airport. The other note came in that says the couple who died were going to Wisconsin. So maybe they took off from New Bedford. Hey, this is too rough. We're never going to make it, and tried to turn around and come back. Maybe that's a possibility, and just never made it back to New Bedford. So I don't know. The NTSB is investigating. I'm sure the FAA is in on this too, and then we'll come together. They'll send up something at some point and saying this is what's going on. This is what happened here, and we're very very sorry.
New Bedford's where I used to fly out of when I went to Pennakees Island.
Where's that?
Buzzards Bay. It was like a 3.5 minute flight. It was a sea.
3.5 minutes?
It was a seaplane. I mean, it took probably 5 minutes really to get from the New Bedford shoreline to Pennakees Island, which is almost in sight.
Yeah. All right. One more plane question. One plane situation. Ed, you might enjoy this because you're going to be flying out soon. What airport was I in? Detroit. And flying on Southwest. And if you've flied Southwest, you have to line up with the cattle chutes, though that's all coming to an end. And so we're all lined up, ready to go in. And here come the 2 pilots walking in. And one guy at the head of the line before he could board actually says to the pilots, says, "Hey, let's have a good flight." And the pilot stopped and turned around and came back to him and said, I have a how do you put it? He goes, "It's in my best interest if we have a good flight too." So yes, he was going to do everything he could to make it a safe flight. So think of that, Ed. Your pilots want to get to their destination as well.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Unless they're suicidal.
Well, that's true.
Right,
that's happened.
Ed, don't listen to that. I know that. I know that. Don't listen to that. Yeah, I get it. The other, do you know who the comedian Brad Garrett is?
No.
Yeah. From
You don't know?
I don't think so.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Sure.
He's the older. He's the other brother.
All right.
He did some stand up one time, and he talked about flying in an airplane. And he basically said, who likes to fly at the front of the plane? Because most hands will go up. He goes, not me. And this is why I sit in the back of the plane. He goes, because how many times have you ever heard of a plane backing into a mountain? The chances of survival are better at the back of the plane.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody.
Those mountains don't
I don't think anyone has ever survived when a plane goes into a mountain.
No, well, true.
Well, I'm going to give the pilot a psych test before I let him on the
Do
plane.
that.
Saturday.
Buddy Holly's plane was in a field. There wasn't a
I know.
a
sandhill.
structure, a tree, or a house within 10 miles. That's why
that was a snowstorm.
Which is why it took so long to find them.
Okay. Same thing with Leonard Skinner's plane.
Ed, when you fly, just make sure the pilot's not carrying a training manual or walking with a seeing eye dog.
Turn plane on. Put the key in. Turn the plane on. All right. Gee, what do you? How do you think this took place? A person is in stable condition after falling from the Nantucket ferry off the coast of Falmouth. They fell off the ferry. How do you think?
Had he been drinking?
I think so. They don't say though. Emergency crews were called to the Falmouth coast yesterday afternoon after the person fell into the water. The person was located by U.S. Coast Guard helicopter, and a rescue swimmer was deployed to retrieve the victim. The person was taken to the hospital with unspecified injuries after being lifted to safety. It's unclear how the person ended up falling into the water.
What was his name?
They don't give it.
The ferry's not that high. Did the person get injured from falling?
It could have falling on the ferry,
or from being in cold water.
Again, it doesn't say. I'm going to say being in the cold water for a little while.
Just remember, that's where they filmed Jaws.
Well, that was Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but they filmed that in May, not in November, October.
I don't think it matters.
Well, okay. There were no sharks to worry about.
Sharks eat every day.
Yes, they do, don't they? So, but it doesn't say. But I just wonder if alcohol was involved in the falling off the ferry.
Oh, what?
It's possible, but it doesn't. It's not specific. All right. Speaking of crashing, Seekonk Speedway. Who's been to Seekonk Speedway?
Never.
AJ's been there. Ed?
Yeah, been there.
Okay. Very serious crash happened at Seekonk Speedway yesterday, over the weekend. One of the drivers, Jonathan Levins, suffered 12 broken ribs and a collapsed lung and a brain bleed. This is a pretty significant crash. And he was unconscious has been unconscious since the crash on Saturday. The young racer's injuries are described as life-threatening. He's at Rhode Island Hospital, I believe. He was transferred from the trauma intensive care unit to the neurological intensive care unit there. So this was a...
Does it say what happened?
Just following a crash. Doesn't say if he crashed into another car or he crashed into the wall or what. It just doesn't say.
I know Seekonk Speedway used to do demolition derbies, and they stopped that because
people got hurt. Yeah.
Well, they're probably safer than
these
regular
cars.
racing.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a race. It just says race car driver, so it doesn't say a demolition derby kind of thing.
No, they don't do it anymore.
They don't?
They don't do the demolition derbies anymore.
I used to like that on ABC's White
Yeah, I
World of
liked it
Sports. Just crashing into each other and just see which one was left standing. So, how high are the walls at Seekonk Speedway? Are the fans protected for if someone crashes into the wall there?
Not necessarily.
No? So, wow, kind of dangerous.
But they got great hamburgers.
Do they?
Look at the bright side.
That's important stuff to know.
Right.
How's the popcorn? Pretty good too?
Are they worth dying for, though, AJ?
Well, I guess that's a matter of opinion.
Okay.
They're not to me.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Just another note. They left from New Bedford. They were going to go to Wisconsin. Decided to turn around Or maybe just something happened with the plane and just went straight down in Dartmouth. So, how long was the plane ride to Wisconsin? A couple of hours, huh? In one of those tiny planes?
One of those tiny planes, I would think at least
say,
that.
I would say 2 or 3 hours.
Wow.
But what makes you keep saying that they may have turned around?
Well, I don't know.
Was their plane facing toward New Bedford?
Well, maybe they just realized, hey, this is a lot tougher.
Did they crash in the northbound or the southbound?
Well, I don't know if they were going east or west on 195. It doesn't say. So.
Well, you need to know these things.
You guys are funny. All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee and program. More coming your way. We ask you to please stick around.
ON 1240.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair? It looks amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com, new, NORDICUSA.com, or CVS.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ON Radio.
All right, it is Coffee and here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Gary Smith, AJ from the Do You Remember program, and Ed Carew. Linda Tebow could not be with us this week. Well, Ed, you have a few streaming services, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Gary, do you stream on TV? Or you just go with cable?
I don't know.
Okay.
I watch YouTube. That's all I watch.
Turn the TV on, it works. Okay. AJ, do you stream?
Yes.
Okay. Apple's rebranding its streaming service. They all got together, had hours and hours of conversation, and they've decided we're going to drop plus from the name. Watch for their stock, Ed. It might go up. It's now.
It won't have anything to do with that.
No, okay. They're now just going to be simply known as Apple TV, not Apple TV Plus. All right. The tech giant revealed the change Monday when announcing the streaming premiere for the Brad Pitt blockbuster F1 the movie. Apple said the new name is a vibrant new identity for the streaming service.
Vibrant?
That's in quotes.
You know, there are several streaming services that have plus in their name, which doesn't make any sense to me either.
Paramount
Plus. So that's streaming?
That's streaming, yes.
I just have to pay more for it.
Well,
that's the plus.
If
that's the plus part, that's right.
If you have YouTube, you're streaming.
Yeah. Okay. The streaming service's new name is now the same as its Apple TV streaming device. So, okay, so they had hours and hours of consultation on this, and let's drop plus from the name. Maybe there is too many. Like AJ just said, there's too many with plus at the end of the name. Let's differentiate ourselves and not have it. Like HBO Max, they don't have a plus. At least I don't think.
They got a Max.
Yeah,
but it's not a plus. So okay.
Well, HBO has a lot of second names. HBO this and that, and the other.
And the other thing.
Yeah.
Just checking. Okay.
You mentioned second names. I have a pet peeve when I'm watching a movie on the internet on my cable now. Remember, it used to be United Artists presents
the movie. Okay.
Well, now I counted as many as 9 production companies.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Half of them you never heard of.
Really? Okay.
9.
9. All right.
Usually it's like 4 or 5,
German?
but it was 9.
It's true. What's that all about?
I don't know. Good. That's a great.
You got to look into it, Joe.
Yeah, I'll get on top of that.
That's your assignment for
all
the
right.
week.
No, called in 766-1240. AJ, the John Denver debate. Not that we really had a debate about it, but you were talking about it. They want to know, suicide or accident? The extra gas tank was empty. I like Ed knows. I love a good conspiracy theory.
He couldn't reach it anyway. I mean, who knows? Suicide or
Right.
accident.
Right. So,
Or murder.
got to get an
Somebody
HBO
was
movie about
supposed to
this.
put gas in that tank.
Oh, there you go. So, okay.
Someone who heard sunshine on my shoulder just one time too often. It would have been me.
Wow. Not a John Denver fan. Okay. Didn't you like him in the Didn't you like him in Oh God? I thought he was great in that movie.
I didn't mind him as a person.
Didn't mind him as a person.
I was painting my girlfriend's house up in Marblehead in summer of '74, and her little sister played "Sunshine on My Shoulder" non-stop while I was outside painting this house, and I wanted to reach through the window and strangle her.
Does your wife know about your girlfriend?
It was long before my wife.
All right. Earlier in the program, we mentioned about how it's basically Christmas time now. Merry Christmas, everyone. Amazon is hiring 250,000 people. 250,000 in the U.S. ahead of the holidays. It's looking for full-time, part-time, and seasonal workers for its fulfillment and transportation teams. Employees can earn an average of $23 per hour plus benefits. The company says the new job opportunities are posted weekly from October through December, and have you noticed with the Amazon deliveries wherever you go, there's actually not enough Amazon trucks for the deliveries, and people are using their personal cars.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that for a while.
Yeah.
They're also sending stuff through the U.S. Postal Service.
We have a traffic cop in front of our house to handle all the deliveries.
Is that what Lynn does all day?
Oh my God.
Now, is it because I hope they're getting gas money with these drivers who are using their own cars for these deliveries?
It's like delivering pizza. You don't make any money.
They're gonna make some money.
Not when you. Oh, now I need new brakes and and new tires and this and that.
Okay.
Well, UPS and other delivery services are usually looking for extra drivers this time of year too.
FedEx as well, and DHL, and
just for the holidays.
Okay. All right. And I wonder if the Amazon drivers that are just using their own car, well, we're just giving you the small packages. The real big boxes have got to go in the trucks. So here, just stuff, people that order clothes and things like that. So is that what you're seeing, Gary, at your house? Just a lot of strange vehicles showing up, delivering packages?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah? That's true. They drive up in their little Subarus or whatever. And,
all right. Wow.
I'm ready to go out there and shoot them because what are you doing on my property? And then they come out with a package.
Wow. Jeez, Gary.
Here's the ammo you ordered.
Can you order ammo? You should know this.
You can.
In Massachusetts.
I need to buy some.
Not in Massachusetts.
You can't own ammunition in Massachusetts?
You cannot have ammo delivered.
Oh, delivered.
To your house in Massachusetts.
Oh, I can't. Can I get? I need some 22 shorts. Do you have any extras?
Do I have any extras? Yeah. No.
Is it legal for you to? If you did, it would be legal for you to sell them to Gary.
I'm not a retailer of ammunition.
Right. So that means it's illegal for you to do a personal sale.
You can give somebody ammunition. I think
you can give somebody ammunition.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know you can't. You can't sell someone a firearm unless you're
Ed wouldn't charge me. We're buddies.
A dealer.
Right. But then he can say, "Here's $20 for the pizza, Gary," and he's really paying you for the ammunition. See?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
All right. The most burglarized city in the United States. It's not in Rhode Island. It's in California, actually. Anyone want to take a guess? You probably never even heard of this town. I know I haven't. It is not Stockton. That's a good call.
Thank you.
It is in Los Angeles County. It's wrong, though, but
Barstow.
It goes to Vernon, California.
Vernon.
SafeWise, which is a research company, compiled the list using publicly available FBI crime data from 2023 showing burglaries per 100 people. More than half of the residents of Vernon were burglarized that year. Maybe it's time to move.
Well, depends.
The city only.
Or change the name of the town.
Half of the people are stealing from the other half. Then at least half of them are going to stick around.
There you go.
Now, it's a small town. They only have a population of 208.
Shouldn't be hard to find a culprit.
That's right. But saw 110 burglaries. This is strange. All right. That gives it the highest burglary rate of all cities in the nation.
Round up the usual suspects. The usual suspects. Shuts
down. We have these stories every once in a while. I like to say, they never. This is a food recall. They never recall Oreo cookies, Ed. What do they always recall?
I don't know.
Something that's good for you. Fruits and vegetables always get recalled. The FDA is recalling frozen spinach. Spinach is terrific for you. But they're recalling frozen spinach that was distributed nationwide. Snowpack Foods has recalled its Del Mar 35-pound bulk organic frozen spinach and Snowpack 10-ounce organic frozen cut spinach because of possible Listeria monocytogenes contamination.
Well, people are touching this stuff with their hands.
But this is frozen.
No human hands ever touch an Oreo.
But the same thing here. If it's frozen, it's already in the bag.
Does it say the brand?
Yeah, but it's already contaminated
Del
before
Mar.
they freeze it.
Oh, Del Mar.
Yeah.
Okay.
No illnesses have been reported to the Minnesota-based company in connection with the recalled spinach, and production of the spinach has been suspended as an investigation is underway.
What's Popeye going to do?
He doesn't eat frozen spinach.
Oh.
That was always fresh out of the can.
Fresh out of the can.
That's right.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Kind of an oxymoron, Ed?
Yeah. Like a jumbo
I'm
shrimp.
thinking.
Like jumbo shrimps? Okay. Alrighty, so just be care of your Del Mar frozen spinach. All right. New study shows 40% of deadly car accidents are linked to what? What do you think? Not alcohol. Pick something else.
Texting.
No, that's a great choice, but no on the texting. Ed, Gary. Marijuana. Congratulations, Gary. You win. You are the winner. Research was conducted by scientists at Ohio's Wright State University. They looked at the blood levels of 246 drivers killed over a 6-year period and found elevated levels of THC, the psychoactive ingredient in marijuana.
Not surprising.
The lead author says the study highlights public health risks posed by driving under the influence of weed, despite recreational cannabis now legalized in 24 states, including Ohio. And I remember a few years ago, we had the police chief, Tom Oates, on this program when they were kicking it around for Rhode Island just before it went legal. And I said, thoughts on it, Chief Oates? Oh, it's a lousy idea.
And who didn't see it coming?
Well, that's right. He said this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
More car crashes, and there's no breathalyzer. I mean, they're working on one. I've heard that for a few years.
All you do is open up the window.
Well, there you go. But there's no breathalyzer test like there is for alcohol. You can't have someone who's high.
I think you're going to see more injuries at work too.
People showing up high and cutting off a finger.
I was getting gas one day in Blackstone, and there was 6 kids in a little like Honda that was a piece of crap car. And it was right out of Cheech and Chong. You couldn't see the kids.
The smoke just kept billowing out.
It was unbelievable.
All right. Well, wow. So that study is going to prove true, and it's probably going to go up more than 40%. How high does it have to get before we got to do something? 75?
It's got to hit a politician's family before they do anything.
Ooh, all right. Ed, how high is it got to go?
No idea.
No idea. All right. As long as the pilot's on the weed, right?
I'll just go with the Darwin theory.
Okay. All right. Halloween is coming up. I know we keep saying Christmas, but Halloween is in 2 weeks. Turns out most Americans finish their Halloween candy before Halloween comes around. This is why I don't buy Halloween candy 2 weeks before Halloween.
Well, you'll eat it.
You're bound to eat it. So why do people buy? And I know Halloween candy has been in the store since August.
You buy it the day after.
What's 50% off the day after?
Exactly. You're going to eat it anyway.
But I mean, actually, to give out, Gary, you got to buy it ahead of time.
You buy twice as much.
Nobody ever comes to my house.
No.
No one comes to my house
No
either.
one comes to my house either.
Yeah.
Ed?
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, you're in a new place.
That's why you buy it the day after.
No,
save
I'm
the
in
money.
Aruba.
Oh, that's right.
I'm in Aruba for Halloween. So
No.
I don't know if somebody comes or not.
I think they stopped coming to my house when I decided to give them healthy foods
Everyone gets an apple.
for Halloween. So
Spinach, yeah.
no, so they would open their bag and I would drop a ladle of soup in there.
All right. We got to, what else does it say? 1 in 4 of the 2,000 people surveyed admitted they'd had to restock 3 times or more on the Halloween candy. How about buy it 2 days before Halloween and not 3 weeks before? There's an idea. And don't say, oh, it's a better deals. Before we go, AJ wants to give he does this on Do You Remember, Gary, but he wants to give his...
AJ's advice for the day.
Oh, there you go. Let's
Right.
call it that.
Never lie to an X-ray technician. They can see right through you.
Oh, very good. It's almost a Rodney Dangerfield joke.
I know.
All right, that'll do it for the Coffee and program for today. We thank you for listening in. Ed Crew, thanks for being here.
Always a pleasure.
All right, AJ, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, and Gary Smith, thanks for being here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, and stay tuned. Gary and I are going to switch chairs. AJ, stay right where you are. Do You Remember's coming your way right after the 9 o'clock news on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.